When you say just about everything.
Well, it won't handle privacy yet, or will it? But it will handle, the different dates, it will handle,
I mean, micropub is what you'd be using. So really import is post plus backdate. That's
Post with a previous date.
Yeah. And actually there's...
Which you need to do anyway, technically, because it's an offline post in use case.
Sure.
You write offline, you have to be able to post with the previous date.
Sure. Or if you, I mean, yeah, it's... And so if micropub has what we need, what is the state of micropub in Node?
it works aside from syndication, but for the import case it doesn't matter.
Right. And in fact, yeah,
Should probably not.
you want to be able to control the syndication no matter what.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at, I think privacy is going to be an issue, depending on where you're importing from.
Sure. So when you say private, so what is the state of private posts in Node?
It's experimental.
Okay.
So it's there, you have to set experimental equals true in your configure menu right now.
Oh.
And it should work, but
Okay.
we're not releasing it to everyone until it's absolutely 100% certain that it does, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So it's there.
And does micropub not have a flag for private? I mean, also what private means.
So I'm saying name, summary, content, published, updated, category, slot, location, in reply to syndication, and
So micropub won't have, there's photo,
Okay.
which is file.
It's photo rather than attached, rather than.
I believe it is. But it really is just a file that's named photo.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
It's how the first browsers worked.
Yeah, exactly. There's no concept of visibility, which is
Yeah.
because there's very few examples of publishing things
Live
with
journal.
limited visibility.
Yeah.
I do have private posts on my site, which I do by showing the list of who can see it on the page with markup.
Okay. I've long wanted to play with the concept of PGP-RSS, basically encrypting posts to a known set of keys.
But I mean, this is just.
But that's like.
This is just, you have to authenticate.
Yeah.
You have to show access to it.
Yeah.
You get, and
Right.
you see it.
Yeah.
And then,
But starting with import and saying, if it's a private post, don't import it, you idiot, is a perfectly reasonable first cut.
sure.
Yeah, that is true. And for most WordPress sites and so on, it's not going to be an issue.
Right.
And WordPress is probably the main case.
Right. But I think that I was telling you, the easiest way to get my post out of LiveJournal is to use WordPress's LiveJournal
Yes.
import.
Yes. Although you were saying WordPress intelligently does the access control.
If I remember correctly, yes. Okay, so that seems very straightforward.
Yes.
Great, we're done.
I mean, the question is, what is the question? I mean, so if you were writing a generic importer, would you, I mean, because it seems, so one issue, solved is using micropub on the push to currently have to write, imports, et cetera, et cetera. But there's the other side, which is taking the content from large channel WordPress, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure, but legacy data importers, I mean, basically scrapers for legacy data. I don't think we would have a lot of success convincing the purveyors of legacy platforms to add a new export functionality anyway. So we're just going to parse what they've got and work with it.
Right. I'm just wondering if, for example, for both LiveJournal and WordPress, it might be, big RSS kind of place, or
LiveJournal, they both have their own custom exports, and they're both parsable. I've parsed them.
Okay.
It's been a bit.
Right, and then, yeah, and you're right, because then you've got like Twitter, Google,
Right.
or Butcher.
Yeah.
Very good.
Foursquare, the easiest is actually probably the iCal feed, because the iCal feed is everywhere you've ever checked in
one file.
in one file. Foursquare.com/feeds. It is not linked.
Oh, which?
Foursquare.com/feeds.
Well, that's interesting.
I subscribe to a Google Calendar so I know where I've been.
Look at that. That seems like something that they're going to get rid of.
So I got invited to a Foursquare customer interview, a focus group of one thing, and then they're like, so is there anything else you want to tell me about Foursquare? I said, there's this feature I use, and I'm afraid if I tell you about it, you're going to kill it. And I told her, she's like, no, I use that quite heavily, and if anyone ever tried to kill it, I would kill them. So Foursquare staff use it.
Okay, so for as long as they're
That's why Yahoo Pipes is still around.
Sorry?
That's why Yahoo Pipes is still around.
Yeah. So that's like iCal importer is also generic. Like
Yeah.
RFC 2445 is nice and easy. There aren't even any pesky angle brackets. So, I mean, really the thing I've been blocking on for writing importers for Known is basically a sample of how to log in as an API client,
Yeah.
and either compute the per request token,
Yeah.
or I think that there should be a method for this session is a bot,
Yes.
and you should not have to regenerate.
In all honesty, what it should be doing is a walk or something like, just being the
OAuth feels heavyweight for something that is likely to be for things that might be one time. Like you've given me an API token. I should be able to do something with that API token.
Yeah, I mean, so theoretically, you should, I mean, the API tester that comes as part of the admin panel,
It's been a while since I've tried.
in the latest version. So, I've actually got it disabled, so it may still need some tweaking. Okay, that's not a good sign. Okay, yeah, so I'll fiddle with the API test, but that was intended as kind of a description, and, you know, how well it's working probably has a lot to do with how well the API is.
Sure.
And given that the plugin is not even enabling, that's probably a hint. But
But like a login and make 2 micropub posts in a row as a shell script, or basically curl or what have you, is plenty to get.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see what I can do about that before the weekend is up, because yeah, I mean, that should genuinely be pretty easy, so.
That's good.
And I have made posts with the API.
Awesome.
So it is something that's possible. So what else? I mean, so you want to import from?
I want to import, let's see, from LiveJournal, from Twitter, from Foursquare, from Facebook. I'm unsure what I want to do about Flickr because I have over 30,000 photos. And that seems not right.
Even now, every single photo I post, I also take a picture of it.
Sure. I mean, it's, yeah. What else do I have? Old handwritten blog posts, but I'm happy to marshal those into some usable format.
You guys have
Yeah.
Yeah.
As importers, Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, so they're getting data out of them isn't hard, it's just the getting it into known is the,
There should be, yeah, I mean, I think the issue is more to do with my less than adequately documented API.
yeah, but that's, yeah.
I think it should be something that is possible. But again, I mean, if it was done with micro,
Yeah.
the tool would be, it wouldn't just be known, it would be.
Right, it would be, yeah.
Which would be, yeah. I don't know.
It would probably help microhub so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's, well, and all of the web programs, I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely, it's high on the list of things we get.
Yeah.
So, and it was what, I mean, how WordPress, pick up a lot of multiple type users back in the day.
Uh-huh.
But,
You know, good importers are really,
yeah. It's a smart thing.
possibly imports from arbitrary RSS feeds. I mean, but then you start getting into it's just for, it gives you pesos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's cool. And
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auto pesos.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we now have the ability to read H feeds, RSS nano built in.
Okay.
So theoretically, they could be able to
Yeah.
sort of things. The malware journal, I actually printed and bound my lab journal back in the day as a way to keep it, because I felt like I used it much more as a diary. It's an interesting context to I don't think I would want, well, certainly none of my lab journal entries from the early years anywhere near Word.io.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why all my early stuff I had a different identity. And all that's still on the web, just archived under privilege for me.
Right. I've been fairly public about continuity of identity,
Yeah,
and so it's like I am me.
yeah,
And I'm cool.
yeah. 13 to 18 years, completely different identity. Anything past 18.
Yeah. I think I was telling somebody I went and found my first posts to Usenet.
Ah,
Age
wow.
like 13 or 14.
That's great.
Rec music fish.
Nice. I don't want anyone to know how bothersome of a person I was back then.
A proposal that the news group get split into 6 because it was getting too trafficky, which someone shot down with a straw man.
That's awesome. Did you post on everything too?
No, I thought everything too was kind of bullshit.
Loved it.
But /user number 306.
Whoa.
That's
what?
amazing.
I used to read from all this blog.
Damn. That's pretty cool.
And then I found out
Have you
that-
ever gotten to the front page of Slashdot?
What?
Have you ever gotten to the front page of
I
Slashdot?
got most recently on the last day of OSCON this year.
Nice.
Wow.
An interview that Timothy had done with me at RLE Solid went up about keyboard stuff. And so I was on the Macs. A friend of mine emailed me saying, "Congrats on Slashdot." Let's get to the bar, get a beer, sit down, and start replying to trolls.
Nice.
Slashdot trolls are merely pedantic. They're not very good.
Yeah, they're fun.
But like it was not that traumatic. I was a little sad that mostly my comments got upvoted because of my user number, not because I was the subject of the post.
Oh, that's funny. That's super.
It happens every time too. Like that's the thing.
So you can pretty much post anything you want. Wow, somebody early on.
Fun fact about everything too, by the way.
Yes.
I was on their podcast last year.
Whoa.
The community still exists.
Oh yeah, it
It's good.
totally still exists. I met somebody who used to work on it. I think.
Traumatic.
Yeah, I know a few people who do it.
Yeah. I got Slashdot once because I was sick in bed and people kept asking me, how did you learn how to program? Or like, how do people learn how to program? And I got super fed up of piecemeal answering, don't go to college as if you played with computers to have fun, and then accidentally something happened over time. And I tried to prove it. It's like, I need more stories. So I made a crappy Google survey that said, how'd you learn how to program? And I made it as long and annoying as possible.
Awesome.
And it's like, "Ew, this will take you 45 minutes to fill out. Check this box if you want this to be Creative Commons, and check this box if you want me to call you up and like do a proper interview." And it, like, I tweeted it, and somebody picked it up, and somebody picked it up, and somebody picked it up, and it was on the front page of Slashdot, and it was on the front page of Slashdot Japan, and I got like 1,000 responses. It's pretty cool. But most people, they responded in the comments.
Uh-huh.
I was like, ah, shit, that's not formatted. But it was pretty good. There was maybe
Well,
like 800 replies.
What was impressive to me is that Slashdot still in a given day drove as much traffic as Hacker News.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Or rather,
I should
no,
be.
it drove much less traffic, but had the same number of mailing list signups.
Huh. The Slashdot people and the Hacker News people were very different in terms of responding to the survey link. Because it did go on Hacker News and people were like, this takes too long. And Slashdot people were like diligently filling it out.
Slashdot people are also 10 years older.
Then the Hacker News crowd?
Hacker News credit skews young.
I think it's
Slashdot
also-
readers are largely people who've been reading it for the last 15 years.
Right. Well, the
Yeah, nobody who's 23 like makes a Slashdot account.
Yeah. We're also pretty far off topic. Are we live streaming?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
And you're closest to the camera, so everybody can hear you the best.
well, that's okay because I mumble, so. Now everybody hears.
She says hopefully. All right. I think I'm going to walk out of the view of the camera. Goodbye, camera!
Should probably read who is.
Is there any more on this discussion?
I think
Or should we?
Ben answered it in the first 30 seconds.
Sorry.
Wait, you're apologizing for coming up with a good solution quickly.
I feel like I derailed it.
No, you nailed it.
Oh.
Yeah. In answer to your share thing, it looks like a trivial Cordova or PhoneGap app could totally take share intents, pull the URL out of them, and open. The trick is, how does it decide? I guess if you log into it, it could open. It could then open your known instance.
Right, if you had again, to bring it into general case, this could be a really useful evil centralized silo app. You could, because you could just log into it, you can manage the URL, you can do it with an API, so now it could just kind of authenticate you with the service, a bit like a
Actually, it could just be it could be local JavaScript that uses IndieWebCamp. It doesn't need to be a silo. It's
True. Yeah,
it's a shame.
all I'm saying is that then you could do it for all your devices, you could have some sync, all those things.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking of just being the thing that pulls in your.
Yeah.
Though I guess if it's a browser for your IndieWeb site.
So,
A single IndieWeb client.
indie block.
I guess I should favorite that in no instance, not. Let me attempt to do that now.
Goodbye, live stream.
Goodbye, live stream.
Bad URL people.
By the live stream.
Oh, and I got a nice little pop-up inside Twitter.
You know that.
I
No, with